Hello, ladies. Okay, I'm talking about light again. Welcome to Menopause Made Easy with Tanya. And I have done many episodes on light, but my goodness, the research that's coming out is fast and furious, and I want to keep you in the loop. You're not going to hear this for a couple of months, but you will hear it. I'm taping it today while I'm enjoying the beautiful outside on my change of location in February. Okay, what if one of the biggest stressors of your nervous system isn't your schedule, isn't your diet, but the light hitting your eyes and skin every day? Dr. Glen Jeffery, a neuroscientist studying light and aging, has compared chronic blue light exposure to something like asbestos, and people are starting to pay attention. Something we didn't even realize asbestos, I'm talking about, wasn't harmful until much later. And so this conversation is happening faster and faster about the very harmful effects of blue light. And this episode is not meant to scare you. It's going to give you some strategies about what you can do in this modern day environment that we live in. So um, I don't want to be dramatic, but is there truth to the idea that modern lighting is mismatched to our biology? And the answer is absolutely yes. All right. So we want to talk about alignment, not fear. And I want to share with you what Glenn or Dr. Glen Jeffries is finding and some practical solutions. All right. So we evolved outside, mostly in nature, bright, full spectrum sunlight during the day, firelight, red light at night. All right. Now we live under LED lighting, fluorescent lights, screens, indoor lighting, very little infrared exposure. And if you listen to lots of my episodes, I really talk about getting outside when you can, morning light, UVA rise, getting your UVB rays. And, it's easy for me to say because I'm out in the sunshine here in February, but if I were at home, it's like minus 15. Not so great for sitting outside. So, how do we incorporate this into our everyday life? And I'll give you one little tip right here. If you are sitting at a desk right now, and you have the screen coming at you and you have your fluorescent or blue lights coming on, just go get a lamp, put it on your desk, and put an incandescent or a red light, and so that you can get some different waves hitting your eyes. Okay, that's a simple tip right there. All right, so the important science, it is really interesting to understand, like, seriously, what is the big deal, right? Why are we making a big fuss about this? But it's the things that I have talked about. We are at an evolutionary mismatch, so we need to be more intentional about what we are seeing and how we can live. So sunlight contains blue light, red light, near infrared light, and red and near infrared light support mitochondrial function. I've talked a lot about mitochondria. There's a huge percent of mitochondria in your eyes. This is why we're seeing increase of glaucoma cataracts, because people are just too inundated with screen time, phone time, computers, televisions. But I digress. All right, so near and infrared light also improve ATP production, which is your energy. It supports retinal health, which is your eyes. It reduces inflammation, which inflammation is the root cause of all disease, and blue light in isolation, which we are in when we're in LED lights, fluorescent lights, is raising our cholesterol. It's signaling midday to us constantly, like it's lunchtime in July, always, always. Okay, and it can strain our retinal cells if unbalanced, and that is the key word here. It's unbalanced, and it's suppressing melatonin at night. So we are just taking more sleeping pills or sleeping aids, and we're not addressing the real root cause. And Dr. Jeffrey's work particularly shows that aging eyes can benefit from 670 nanometers of red light exposure. Mitochondria respond strongly to red and near infrared light, and modern indoor lighting lacks this spectrum. I just did last week, February 23rd, an amazing um, improve your vision naturally class. It is very possible. I'm petting one of my dogs. I don't know if you can see her nose in our picture here, but um, we can really do some basic things with light to start to help improve the health of our eyes. All right. So This modern indoor light lacks this spectrum, this full spectrum of light that our eyes need without glasses, right? Do not block your eyes with glasses. So blue light is not evil. It's necessary. It helps us see. It helps keeps our energy bills down. But the problem is it's the timing of when we're seeing it, and the imbalance is too much, is too much, is too much. So we have a mismatch problem, and I'm going to specifically address this for women in midlife. All right. So when you're in perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, where I am right now, your mitochondria are already working harder. And estrogen supported mitochondrial function. And now that support is shifting to the point where I have low or no estrogen at this point now. And so when this happens, we wake up in dim indoor light. Then most of us are staring at our phones first thing in the morning, and we work under LED lights all day. We skip natural sunlight. I try to get outside as much as possible here. And then we watch TV or our screens at night or during the day. And what we're doing with these seemingly simple habits is that we are causing circadian confusion. We're dysregulating our cortisol. We're getting poor sleep. Our blood sugar is becoming unstable. We're increasing inflammation, and we're increasing anxiety. And a lot of us are not looking at these symptoms, these signs and symptoms of cortisol dysregulation or poor sleep or blood sugar imbalances, because we're seeing, more numbers of insulin resistance. Even before that, well, anyway, it doesn't matter. That's another podcast. Okay. Inflammation and more anxiety coming up. And this connects beautifully because we are seeing anxiety as like an energy crisis theme right now. Like I just said, we need to look bigger picture, not so myopic. All right. And this is also affecting our nervous system, which I did last week, an amazing episode about nervous system and the ego. Oh, it was fantastic. Anyway, simple shifts. What can you do? What can you do? All right. So this is meant to empower you. As I've said on many podcasts, morning sun is non-negotiable. And I get it. Listen, I was at home and it is freezing out. It's like minus 30. When you hear this is going to be May, but that winter time is just so challenging to get outside. It's freezing, it's dark, it's cold, and even just popping your head out for 5 seconds can be something better than nothing. Okay. And then as we come into this time of year, I have oh, you've already missed it, but anyway, in March, maybe you attended, I did a spring how to improve fat loss and metabolism course. Anyway, I thought it would be doesn't matter. Okay. So morning sun is non-negotiable. So within 30 to 60 minutes, even if it's 30 seconds in the depth of winter, but now it's warmer. So can you get 5 to 15 minutes outside? Can you take some phone calls? Can you read some emails? Okay. You want to go out without sunglasses. You don't want a glass barrier. So getting outside is better. And let the light hit your eyes. You don't have to stare at the sun. The sun doesn't even have to be out. You just need light coming in your eyes. And if you can expose some of your skin, especially your belly, there's a lot of mitochondria in your belly. This really helps. This, like I said, seeing this light helps to set circadian rhythm. It regulates cortisol. It supports your melatonin, which helps you go to bed 12 to 14 hours later, right? It boosts your mitochondrial signaling. So many amazing things. So can we get that light? Can you get midday light? If there's one time of day that you get light, morning light is the best, but I really just honestly stick your head outside for 5 seconds. All right, so midday light, this even 5 to 10 minutes, or sorry, 10 to 20 minutes even. Can you go for a walk outside? Can you eat lunch outside? Can you teach a class outside? Can you do a Zoom call outside? Can you read your book outside? Midday sunlight is rich in red and near infrared light, and I've already talked about the benefits of those, which again, I'll just reiterate here, supports ATP, energy production, cellular repair. Remember, by the age of 30, 60% of your stem cells are dormant. By the age of 60, 90% of your stem cells are dormant. All right. So we need the sun to invigorate us. It affects our moods deeply. Okay. So just being in the sun outside in nature is so calming for us. It's beautiful. So can you step outside? Shift your evening light. So after sunset, again, this is super challenging in the winter, but can we turn off those LED lights, get some softer light bulbs in those lamps, not like floor lamps, desk lamps? Can you use the lamps, like I just said, instead of the ceiling, the overhead lights? Can you switch to warm bulbs, right? Maybe get some red bulbs, find some incandescent light bulbs. At the very least, can you dim your lights? Avoid intense screen exposure. Okay. Our TVs are not what they used to be. We're staring at screens. Can you start to pick up a book? Can you shift your screen time so you're not always looking at it at night? And if you do have to, can you put blue light blockers? Oh, I don't have them here. I have these ones. Um, but red light blockers for nighttime. Can you shift your devices to night shift mode? Yes, it is annoying at first because it's dimmer, it's redder, but you're saving the health of your eyeballs and all the other things that we've been talking about. Maybe get some salt lamps. I love having salt lamps around my house. So just a couple of ideas. Can you get some red light intentionally during your day? So maybe you have red light panels. Maybe you have an infrared sauna. Maybe you can put some candlelight on in the evening. Maybe you can sit outside and soak in some afternoon sun. Change your light bulbs in your room, which is what I did. So think of this red light as the repair crew. Blue light is your work crew, and you need both. You just have to start to get them a little more intentionally at the right time because we're just getting flooded with way too much blue light. And again, if you want to go deep into this, pull up Dr. Glen Jeffries. I mean, he goes deep, deep, deep. I'm trying to keep this surface and practical here. I don't need to throw all the science at you and all this kind of stuff, but if you do have questions, please reach out. Here's another super simple tip. Don't check your phone first thing in the morning. This is a huge thing to do. I know it's a big ask, but even if you have to, put red light glasses on just so you block some of them. I have a nighttime filter on my screen that I keep on until 7:30 in the morning. Sometimes you have to look at your phone for a split second, but if you can really get out of the habit of scrolling and just mindless activity on the phone, that would be really helpful. Instead, what you want to do is open the blinds in your room, step outside, get that morning sunlight, breathe. And then you can do your technology and your screens. All right. So just by changing that simple reorganization of that morning habit, you're going to get into some dopamine rhythm. You're going to get some cortisol timing. You're going to get circadian rhythm going, and you're also going to get more nervous system stability. So again, blue light, what Dr. Glen Jeffries is saying is equal to asbestos. So he's like, hospitals are starting to listen, people are starting to listen because they don't want their workers getting sick. So this is, we're going to see some changes. So blue light is not asbestos. Don't think that I'm saying that. I'm saying that there is some harmful things coming up from us being in too much blue light. Again, listen to Dr. Jeffries, Glen Jeffries, and you go deeper into that. Okay. And it's not just one LED light that's causing the problem. Just start to notice all the little blinking lights that are on after dark, the fridge light, like outside, it's becoming too bright, all these street lamps and sign thingies. It's just start to notice all how everything is just so much brighter. All right. So we don't want to be 12 to 16 hours of our day under this artificial light with almost no natural spectrum. So get outside and enjoy the sun as much as you can. Midlife is not about doing more, all right? It's trying to improve on this mismatch. Light is free medicine, everybody. Sunlight is not a luxury, it's a signal. Don't fear the sun. I will do episodes. There used to be hospitals that had heliograph. oh my gosh, heliotherapy, which they would have people out on the roofs getting sun into their system. The sun is not evil. The blue light is more evil than the sunlight. All right. So please do your research on this topic. It's vast, it's huge. And I'm just scratching the tip of the iceberg by really educating you on blue light versus red and near infrared light, exposing yourself to full spectrum light. Notice again, how much time are you spending under blue light? How much time would you like to spend out in sunlight? What's the difference? What's the gap? Start working on the gap and start narrowing this mismatch. All right, ladies, from my heart to yours, if this episode resonated with you today, please subscribe, share. Um, we can do some really simple things to get really great light, a balance of light back into our day. So don't take this lightly. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Make some changes today, and I'll see you in the next episode.